You know, it is, it is nice to have a local boy to be able to talk to. Cody Barton from Tempe, Arizona. 19 years old. So you've been in the business, what, 2 years now?
Yeah, 2 years.
So you're one of those young 17-year-olds. Got started. Star Presidential. You got a great group going in Norway.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you, tell me a little bit about, how this whole networking concept works, where you introduce somebody who introduces somebody who introduces, and all of a sudden you got this huge group in Norway.
Yeah, I mean, the craziest thing about it is you never know who's going to be thrown into your business. Where the whole situation with that is I enrolled the kid that I met through Facebook that was a DJ named Sean, which you're familiar with, Sean. And he enrolled this guy named Joseph Peters that through dance parties, and so he actually got him started into the business. And then Joseph enrolls his friend from high school as an exchange student from Norway. So we get him on board. He did nothing for months. Like, months went by. He did literally nothing at all. Like, didn't even respond to any of our messages. But then one day we just finally messaged him, and I was like, why don't we actually try and talk to one of your friends? Like, let's introduce it to one of your friends, and we'll just go from there, see what happens. So we introduced this guy named Matthias Stoka out there. He's in the Norwegian military, and he got excited. He was just like mind blown when he heard about the whole concept. He got started introducing it to friends right away, and literally with him getting started, getting Alexander Wright and Roger Stoke, Truls Holtvedt,
really
Eric
good
Stoke.
With the pronunciations.
Yeah, got to get better at it. But we got them. They all got started, and they really just took it and ran with it, and created. At its peak, they added like around 800 orders within like 90-day period, and Roger hit executive in 90 days.
Wow.
So it's pretty crazy. And so now it's just helping them continue to develop. They're all still really new to the industry. Only the guy Alexander had been introduced like Amway years ago. So it's just really cool to see what one person can do for your business, where one person that you wouldn't even know that, like that guy Martin, we didn't think he was ever going to really do anything with the business until he actually decided to one day do something, blew it up, and he had his other leg already built, so he hit Star Platinum.
Let me ask you this question. The point of that story that really kind of jumps out at me is you, how do I want to say this? You kind of staying in touch with somebody that really hadn't done anything for months. How do you, what advice do you give for people that, maybe be in your business, maybe they're just consuming the product, but they're not pursuing the business, and like this guy. And all of a sudden, because you stuck with it, because you kept asking questions, because you developed that relationship, all of a sudden you've got this huge international business. So what's your secret, or what's your philosophy towards that strategy?
Well, I mean, the thing is, you never know when somebody can be turned on to something, like something that just kind of clicks for somebody in the business. Because there's always, just like with people like Brock Morton, how he always, like the first little while he was just kind of watching Alex kind of do it, and then it just clicked, and now he's working the business. And it's just cool to just stay in contact with people that you see, like as a leader, you see potential in somebody that they don't see in themselves. So it's just continuously just being in touch with them and just letting them know that you're there to help them, and that if they ever need the support, that you're willing and able to support them and get them to where they want to go with the business if they decide to do anything with it. But it's just like keeping in touch with them, because it's all the relationships business, and because you take away the company, the products, the money, you take away everything. It's just relationships. And so it's really about just developing like a good relationship with people on your team, because people quit on money, people quit on the opportunity to get a car, all this stuff, but people don't quit on people that they feel like is their family. And where I feel strongly that within my team, I see everyone on my team as just like my second family from my actual family. And it's just something, kind of like a culture that we create, that we're always talking to the newest people on board and making them really feel like they're joining a part of a family, something bigger than themselves. And even with some of the people that don't have, a really great just family on their own, like some people, like they have family problems, they feel like they're part of something with this, and it really just, it attracts more people into the business. And I mean, it's just a great environment that you can create, and where people want to stick around, and that eventually maybe it clicks and they're able to do something with it. Now
tell me about the feedback you get from your parents on, here you are, you're starting this thing at 17. You got to be 18 now to do it, but unless you have a fake ID. It's a joke. I'm joking about that. I'm going to get some letters on that one. But 18 years old, getting started in this business, and all of a sudden you're talking in front of 3,000 people. I mean, being broadcast in 50 countries around the world, you know, literally tens of thousands of people watching this thing on Ustream. What's your parents say about all this?
Well, at the beginning, it was just like they were kind of like iffy about it because everyone's seen these things before and all of that, but they always have supported me.
Affiliate marketing deals?
Yeah, similar things to that.
Like
the pyramid-looking
thing. The thing. Okay.
But they supported me in everything that I've done. They've always known that I'm just going to go after whatever I wanted to. So they supported me. They're kind of, I could tell that they were like on edge when I was first starting the first few months. I wasn't producing a bunch of income then, and it was just, you know, but it's a business. It takes time. So I was like, you know, it's fine. Like, watch when I get, when I quit my jobs, quit the jobs. Like, they just laughed, like, oh, yeah, that's great. You'll do that. And then I was like, watch when we get the car. And then they're like, okay. And then got the car. And like, watch when I hit elite. And they're like, okay. And then I hit elite. And it's just like, okay, now watch when, you know, I'm able to retire you guys. And like, laugh it off then. And it's just like, my parents Ustreamed into the event today. And my mom was actually, like, my dad was telling me that my mom was like crying when she was watching me speak on stage. So it's really like cool to see that, you know, they really do support me. And you know, my goal for the next 90 days leading up to the convention is building their account so my mom could retire, because it already has big power leg, but I really want to get it to that point so my mom doesn't have to work unless she wants to. So, I mean, they love it now and, you know, fully support it, but I mean, I feel like it's important to have support from family. You know, that was something that really helped me get to where I am, definitely. Because the times when I'd come home and I was get off a shift at McDonald's, I'd be pissed off. I had three friends saying they were going to come to my home even after I had a 7-hour shift at McDonald's, and I'd get home and then all of them were, oh, my cat died, my house got on fire.
Sorry.
I did that.
So you were working, you know, full-time job, and then you're building this part-time.
Yeah, just part-time on the side. And that's something that people need to realize is, like, you need to do it part-time. I have people get into the business like, I quit my job, and
that's crazy.
I quit my job, and
don't do that.
That's
crazy.
A bad idea.
Yeah.
And then they quit their job, and it's like they aren't making enough money in the business yet to sustain their bills, and they're like, I'm just going to kill it.
Depressed,
and then I'm just like, no.
My dad used to say you got to circulate to percolate. You know, you need to be out meeting people, and a job is a great place where you interact with people.
Yeah, exactly.
You meet people, and
McDonald's probably isn't the best place.
No, hey, I eat there. I got kids, so I got to eat there. But anyways, you know, but then they drink a Renew, and they're fine. Their nutrition needs are met. But anyways, hey man, you are a good son, and you're a great leader, and I'm really proud of you. Thanks for sharing, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.